Hey friends, how's it going? I want to introduce you to something super exciting today. This is the launch of my brand new stationery line. Yes, it's finally happening. This thing has literally been on the bucket list for the last like 4 years, where I've always imagined like, oh, I'd love to have my own brand of stationery, because as much as I enjoy apps and stuff, I do enjoy a nice, well-designed notebook. And over time, I've kind of built my own productivity system that takes into account that I am fundamentally lazy. And I've never been able to find stationery that reflects what a lazy person would actually do to be more productive. And so the brand is called Essentiali. We've got a nice little logo. It's kind of cool. We've got a few different things, but I'll introduce you to them like one at a time. Basically, this is the part-time productivity planner. This is the flagship product. Why is it a part-time productivity planner? Well, you know, the problem with a lot of these sorts of planner type, journal, diary type things, the real problem is that they have dates on them. I've gotten lots of these, like friends of mine, other YouTuber friends have made one of these. The one thing I don't like about those is they all have dates on them. Dates are amazing if you're the sort of person that can actually consistently do stuff every single day. But I always found if I'd be using another kind of journal or planner or diary, I would do it for like 3 days and then I'd skip a day and I'd skip another day. And then because I've skipped days, I would like feel really bad about going back to this. And then my own psychology, my own emotionality would not let me continue, and I would end up throwing it in the bin, or it would just be on my bookshelf not doing anything. So this is a part-time productivity planner because this is special in that there are no dates. You can literally just open it whenever you want and use it. So I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Next, we have this little like to-do list pad thing, which sits on your desk. And we also have a nice triplet set of these like little notebooks that have a nice motivational quote on the front. Journey before destination, it's the climb, and this is going to be fun, which reflects my philosophy on productivity, which is that, hey, you know, if you're having fun, productivity takes care of itself. And if we're having fun and enjoying the journey, we don't need to worry about like, you know, distraction and procrastination because, well, we're having fun. Anyway, let's start with an overview of the stuff. So part-time productivity planner, it's really nice. Everyone I've shown this to has been like, whoa, this is like really well done. The paper is really thick, it's really high quality. It's pretty reasonably priced as well. This is £25 GBP, more links in the video description if you want to check it out. But the idea is that mostly it's like these double page daily spreads. It starts by asking you what day of the week it is and what date it is, because you can put your own date. There's no need to fill this in every single day. I use this most days where I need to, but some days I forget, and that's totally cool. The system works with that. It asks you 3 things that you're grateful for in the morning. It asks you your most important task, because I'm a strong believer in the daily highlight method of productivity, where the only thing I have on my to-do list is just one thing. Every single day, just one thing that I have to do. And if I can do that thing, then it's gonna be a win. And then the rest of it is a might-do list. Everything else I might or might not do today. I don't really like to-do lists because then I feel like I'm a slave to my to-do list, but I prefer might-do lists because then it shows that I'm the one in control. I'm in control of my own time. I'm not being a slave to anyone else. So that's like page number 1. And then page number 2 is an area for notes, a brain dump, which has this nicely spaced dot grid matrixy type paper. And then at the end of the day, you fill in one thing I learned today and my most story-worthy moment. What made today different from every other day? If I had to tell a story about something that happened today, what would that be? The even cooler thing, well, not the even cooler thing, but also the other really cool thing about it is that every 7 days, so you have these for 7 days, but every 7 days, instead of being like a daily page, it is actually a weekly review. Now, a weekly review is one of those like principles of productivity that people have been talking about for like 2 decades. David Allen talks about it in the book Getting Things Done, which is very good. And everyone knows they should do a weekly review, you know, looking back on your week and asking, like reflecting on how it went and what you learned and what you want to do next week. The problem is that if you're a lazy person like I am, you never do the weekly review. But now you're forced to do the weekly review because every 7 pages, it just asks you the weekly review questions. And so whenever that comes up, maybe it's not every 7 days because maybe you haven't been using this every single day. That's totally cool. Maybe use it every other day, which means every 2 weeks, you'll do some kind of weekly review. And what I found about this is that it just makes it so much easier to actually take time to reflect on my week and to think about my goals and to think about where I'm going. And also, every 4 weeks, there is a monthly review. How I'd rate the last month and why, rating it out of 10, and then kind of keeping a list of projects that you're working on. And again, the nice thing about this is that you don't actually need to worry. All you have to do is you just like open it up to whatever the next page is and you just follow it. If it's a daily page, you fill out your daily goals. If it's a weekly page, you reflect on the week. And if it's a monthly page, you do a retrospective of the month. And it's part-time productivity. So if you do one of these every single day, then this will last for 3 months and you can order more if you like. I imagine most people like me won't do it every single day, so one of these will last you probably at least 6 months if you do it every other day. These are all printed in Bulgaria and shipped either from the UK or from the US, depending on where in the world you're going to be ordering them, so that'll be linked in the video description if you want to check it out. Genuinely, these are really cool. Next, we have the My To-Do List pad. So this is basically an A5 pad that you just stick on your desk, and you just use 1 page per day. So again, it just asks you, what's the date, what's my most important task, the one thing I'd like to do today, and what's everything else on the My To-Do list. So this is really simple. You know, some days you can't be bothered to use the proper planner, or you haven't got it with you or whatever. You can just use this, but you don't have to. Again, this is part-time productivity. You don't have to use it every day. I'm not forcing you to like stick to a system. Just like whenever you find it useful. I find that for me, whenever I find myself overwhelmed with too much stuff in my brain, I get out the pad and then I just sort of jot things down. And the nice thing is that this is the My To-Do list again, so that I don't feel like I'm being a slave to my to-do list. And then once you're done with the day, you just rip it off, chuck it away, stick it in the recycling, and you've got the next day. And in one of these, we've got 60 sheets in total, and so it will last 60 days, like 2 months, if you use it every single day. Again, I imagine most people won't use it every single day. I use it on average every 3 or 4 days when I need to, and I often just reuse the same sheet because you know the to-do list is often fairly similar. But yeah, this will probably last somewhere between 4 and 6 months, depending on how often you use it. And it's a case of using either or. Some days you'll feel like using the planner and doing the whole grateful thing and doing the to-do list, and some days you'll feel like just doing this because you can't be bothered to use the proper planner. Each of those, any of those is totally fine. I wanted this to be like as permissive a productivity system as possible because, you know, like I said, I get a lot of pain when I don't fill out the sheets in a dated planner, so it doesn't have any dates. Anyway, so that's that. And finally, we have these 3 notebooks. Journey Before Destination, this is gonna be fun, and It's the Climb. These are cute, it's sort of nicely designed, nice colors. The pages are pretty blank, it's an A6 size. They've got the dots in them, which is my favorite way of like note-taking. I don't really like lines, I don't like squares, I do like dotted paper. So yeah, you can use these to jot down whatever you want. You can carry them with you, stick them in your pocket, stick them in your bag. A super easy way to take notes on the go or at home. So this is the set. Have a look in the video description. We've got a new website for this as well, hosted on Shopify. Thanks for Shopify for being awesome. Great place to host stuff. Yeah, check it out. We'd love for you to check it out. And if you do, then drop me an email, drop me an Instagram, tag me an Instagram story, tag me on Twitter. It would be great to share what you guys think of the part-time productivity stationery set. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Do check out the stuff, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.